Okay, let's bring in our panelists on this broadcast. Joining us here on Super 6 is Ranjana, Nachiyar, spokesperson of the TVK. We've got KV Dhananjay, advocate of the Supreme Court, who will be with us in just a bit. Mr. Kovai Sathyan, spokesperson of the AIADMK, and Harish, Mohammed, Ibrahim, DMK backer, supporter, is with us on this broadcast. Vanakkam, good evening to all of you. I'd like to begin with you, Harish, Mohammed, Ibrahim, on how really the DMK and DMK backers right now view what's happening, because many are deeming this as a setback. The fact that the Supreme Court has not just transferred this case to the CBI, but has also pulled up the manner in which the Madras High Court delivered its verdict, the manner in which Tamil Nadu police spoke about this case.
Akshita, shouldn't be viewed as a setback for the Tamil Nadu state government, because it is a complete judiciary process which the High Court order has been reversed by the Supreme Court. So as a government, we don't have any setback on this. Having said that, how does this petition be filed in front of the Supreme Court seeking a CBI inquiry is what the question to be here, because there has been a perjury which has been established by the tribe's channel, by the local functionary of ADMK and the TVK, by forging the certificate, by forging the affidavit in front of Supreme Court. They seek for a CBI. So it is an interim order, and once the days goes by and these kind of perjury is being established in the Supreme Court by the DMK lawyer, it will be rolled out and make sure the ADMK and the TVK will be under 420 case, because the perjury happened by a false affidavit which has been filed in behalf of TVK by the ADMK local functionary.
No, what you're talking about, Harish, is yet to be established, yes?
No, it has been established by the local channel called Tribe News by Mr. Karigalan and by his local reporter, Mr. Aravind. So it has been on the rounds from yesterday. So once these video evidences have been proven beyond doubt in Supreme Court on the further proceedings, both the TVK functionaries and the ADMK functionaries for the 420 charges, they will have misguided, mistreated the Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court. So having said that, the CBI inquiry, we shouldn't have
Harish,
any
we're jumping the gun here. I think we're jumping the gun. Yes, I know there was a mention of it made in the Supreme Court. I know there's been a mention made of it in the Supreme Court, but there's no clarity as to where these affidavits came from. I'll give an opportunity to Mr. Kovai Sathyan to respond to that particular charge before I bring in Mr. Dhananjay and also Ranjana. But Mr. Kovai Sathyan, go ahead. The DMK claiming that, all of these petitions have been manufactured by the AIADMK and TVK.
If you read the 22 pages of the verdict judgment from the Supreme Court, many things will come clear. Till such time, the DMK and their ecosystem can continue to peddle lies that can suit their convenience. Prabhakaran, who is a ADMK functionary, is being clearly defined as a person with an interest with respect to the public. He never claimed himself to be a victim or a member related to the victim's family, like how DMK ecosystem is peddling that he has forged the documents. That's not the case. The truth and the evidences are put out in the Twitter handle of AIADMK. Anybody can go and verify it. But this is a slap on the face of DMK, having tried to set a narrative that all was right with the DMK and it is the fault of TVK and their cadres which costed the precious lives of 41 people. It's yet another classic example of the incompetence of this government and government machinery failed to ensure that or safeguard the lives of the innocent people. At least now we can hope that justice will be delivered to them. The one-man commission is being removed by the Supreme Court. It is no more valid. Why? Because this government was in a hurry to announce the one-woman commission, but didn't pass a GO nor gave a terms of reference to it. So it is void. It has no powers. It is only on a paper that there is a one-woman commission constituted. And the SIT, which was constituted, the DMK made such a big merry saying that SIT is constituted, but simultaneous petitions were filed in two different courts. The Madurai High Court, where the jurisdiction of Karur falls, the case was undergoing. This DMK went to the Chennai High Court hiding those facts that the case has already been listed and is scheduled for hearing. They take a favorable order from the Chennai High Court asking for SOPs, and while it has been termed as an accident by the entire DMK and the investigative wing, suddenly the case changes into the criminal nature. So there are multiple flaws. The hurriedness and the way DMK and the government acted raised a lot of suspicion, not only on the people in the lines of bureaucracy or the law or the judiciary, with respect even a common man. in Tamil Nadu has started questioning why there is such a hurry, why there
Now,
is
I'll
such a
talk
pressure
about
and
what you're
attention on the
referring to, Mr.
TMK.
Kovai Sathyan, some of what the Supreme Court also raised, but I just want to refer to the news break that's coming in, which we're putting out on our screens, is that there's been a post that's been put out by TVK chief Vijay on social media platform X, where essentially he said, justice will prevail. The TVK is viewing this as a victory of sorts. The fact that the Supreme Court has now ordered for a CBI investigation, and about that also a committee of sorts that will look into how the investigation is moving forward. I'll bring in Ranjana Nachiyar on this. Ranjana, you've got a comment that's come in, of course, from your boss, from TVK chief Vijay, when, of course, he says that justice will prevail. Yes, the TVK believes that this is one step closer to justice in your sense. But at the end of the day, you know, the challenge that you've put forth, that this is a conspiracy that's yet to be proved. This is the first step towards a fair investigation.
Yeah. Today, the Supreme Court's order is not a political win. Actually, it's a vindication of the principle that justice must be blind, fair, and also free of influence. TVK we demanded a probe that is beyond suspicion, and this is preciously what the Apex Court has mandated today. And out of 45, we have lost 41 lives of our loved ones. And today's Supreme Court order is a very important step, not just for TVK, but for the people of Tamil Nadu itself. And it's not a political case again. We always say that one person, one committee doesn't work for Tamil Nadu, and that's why we clearly stated that no faith in that one-man commission. And we demanded a CBI probe. This tragedy of this scale needs a comprehensive forensic investigation. And CBI also can handle very much efficiently, we believe. They can examine in detail who came, who left, whatever happened from the police side, whether any mysterious outsiders were present in that crowd.
No, but why did you not have faith? Ranjana Nachiyar, why was there no faith in the SIT that was formed?
We strongly believe DMK's conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. We strongly believe again and again. We used to say in all our meetings, we used to say, and today we are demanding this kind of probe. We are very happy with today's verdict, because it brings the credibility and transparency, and hope our families who have lost their loved ones, they will get the justice.
Okay, let me bring in Harish. Harish, you were referring to some of these affidavits and, question mark over the authenticity. The reality is that the Supreme Court, in its order today, has pulled up the manner in which this case was heard, saying why was a writ petition taken up as a criminal writ petition? Why was a petition that was speaking about SOPs for political rallies turned suddenly to create an SIT into an investigation into the stampede? All of these questions have been raised, including how the Tamil Nadu police spoke before the media.
Akshita, I'm not an ignorant like the TVK's Mr. Arjuna, who go ahead and speak about the Honorable High Court of Madras, and who has put out an innuendo stating that the High Court of Madras judge have been referring has a political motive. And I don't want to get into those kind of contempt of court proceedings, which the judiciary process has to be examined by the Apex Court and the Honorable Madras High Court. So I don't want to get involved in the judiciary fundamentals of what the judicial procedures should be. But having said that, what happens here is whether the affidavit which has been filed by both of the kith and kin of the lost...
Surely, Harish, if you can question the affidavits, you can go ahead and remark on what the Supreme Court has said today.
No, Akshita, those are different. As a pure journalist, you should know the difference of both the things.
No, I very much know the difference. I'm asking you, Harish, what you have to say about the fact that the Supreme Court has highlighted glaring issues in how this case was dealt with previously.
Let me give the difference, because an affidavit with a forged sign without the kith and kin knowing that getting into the Supreme Court on their behalf is a forged crime, and it is a perjury.
Let that be established, Harish.
It can't be. No, it is established.
At this point, it's a plain allegation. At this point, it's a plain allegation. Yes or no?
With the proven evidence by the tribes media,
so
Mr. Karur,
when that's submitted in court, when it's submitted in court, when it's accepted by the court, we will have that conversation. But for now, let's focus on what's happened in the Supreme Court so far.
Of course, I want to make sure that this is the case which has been already listed. So the additional evidences will be, it is an interim order. First, please make a note, it is an interim order. So once the second level of hearing comes on the next time, the evidence which is against the ADMK and the TVK, I don't want to get into that, whether the CBI inquiry should be welcomed or not, whether it is a setback or not. It is not a setback. We welcome, as a fundamentalist, as a proper government, we welcome whatever the inquiry which the apex court want to constitute to make sure to reveal whatever the basic conspiracy behind the scenes. We don't have any question about that. But having said that, whether the perjury is to be established, whether the cheating of Honorable Apex Court should be examined, yes, of course, and this will be revealed on the second hearing once the case comes the next time. And the perjury will be established against the ADMK and the TVK for their 420 of cheating against the Supreme Court, against the will of the Supreme Court. When they can do the same thing to an apex court,
see what happens in the next hearing. If that happens, that's when we'll have that conversation. Kovai Sathyan, there have been reactions that have been coming in through the day from the DMK, suggesting that this is now the TVK, AIADMK, BJP coming together to raise this whole bogey of conspiracy and then take it to the CBI, which they maintain is an agency that's influenced by the BJP, and that's why Vijay wanted such an investigation.
That could be the most absurd comment that DMK can say from their side, stating that CBI can influence the investigation. Since 2014, BJP is in power at the center, while DMK were in opposition in Tamil Nadu. For every accident, they sought a CBI inquiry. So they believe that that can deliver justice despite BJP being at the center with power. Now that can be the stand while they were in opposition. Now today they are in the ruling government, where they have moral responsibility to stand by the people and the common man who had trusted them and elected them to power. And so far there is not even one statement from this chief minister who say that I will stand by these victims and I'll deliver justice. All they're interested is to paint a narrative of alliance, that TVK, AIADMK and BJP is going to form an alliance because 41 lives are lost and we have done the right thing. How can somebody on earth believe that a chief minister doesn't have the basic understanding of passing a GO after announcing a one-woman commission? Can you believe this? Hurriedly, he went to that place on the night and the commission was announced. And since then, it's almost 20 days, no GO was passed, no terms of reference were given. That's why
the question, however, will be raised, and I'll take that forward with Ranjana Nachiyar, is that while the TVK talks of justice, talks about helping the victims and all of that, I want to remind our viewers, and there'll be questions asked of the TVK on this, Ranjana, as to why the TVK chief, Vijay, is still MIA. Where is he? Why hasn't he visited Karur yet? Why hasn't he with the victims, or for that matter, any of the TVK officials? Why has nobody met with these families?
I can understand people's feel who lives in Karur, who lost their lives. When time comes, we have approached the local Karur police and demanded some permissions for our leader Vijay to visit there. If the permissions are yet to come, we have demanded so many restrictions.
The permission itself was sought over 10 days after.
Yeah, still there is time. A time when the right time comes. There, the police say that
many would argue, Ranjana, that the right time has passed. The right time was when the stampede happened. So many would argue that the right time has passed. Very clearly at this point, while we're seeing all of this movement and this politics over what's happened in the stampede, let's not forget that at the root cause of this entire issue is that 41 lives have been lost. Politicians, of course, will bicker, will resort to a blame game, will claim victories. But at the end of the day, 41 lives have been lost. And hopefully, with the Supreme Court now passing this interim order, we will see an investigation move forward. The question everyone's asking is blood on whose hands? And hopefully, we'll get that answer. I'd like to thank our panelists for joining us here on India Today with their respective views on what's been happening as far as the Karur stampede case is concerned. Remember, this is an interim order that's come in right now from the Supreme Court. So it's going to continue the legal fight on this particular issue.